so well. They really were. They really, really, really were. And then suddenly they weren't. It fucking sucked. It sucked ass. See, now I gotta go, like, repost. I gotta repost the link now. Zero. I had viewers before. Boo. Boo. There's one back. Welcome back. Lame. Yeah, nationalize my internet, Bernie. So I'm gonna post. Boom. Just give me 1 second. Blah 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 blah. Audio choppy. Very sad. Don't know what to do about that. Tested my bandwidth. The bandwidth looks good. So annoying. Man, I was having so much fun too. Felt like things were going so well and I was rolling. Then all of a sudden, I wasn't. Alright. Good enough. Where was I? Alright. I turned down the bandwidth one click. So I'm only 7 gigs up now, so hopefully it'll be alright. Anyway, that Nina Turner clip, this is really good. I know Bernie has a lot of pressure on him to denounce his supporters, but honestly, I really do think most of this is just because he has more supporters than everyone else. And so he has more root supporters than everyone else. It really is that simple. Yeah, they're younger. Yeah, they're more online. Maybe that's part of it. But honestly, I really do think the biggest thing is just that they absolutely don't. There's just more of them. Anyway. I had something else here because I saw this. Because this is an old trope that, like, they just keep saying it over and over and over again. Hey, M. Got 7 viewers back in here. I guess I should post this back here, I guess. I'll have to edit the description later. Anyway. But I wanted to talk about this, like, Pete thing. Let's just play the audio, because I believe I heard it before. And it was...
The headline right now, of course, Bernie Sanders wins the vote.
Not what I thought. Okay. Go, Wolf Blitzer. Nobody likes you. You're stupid. Really, he really is stupid. I'm not just saying that. and I don't mean to bash on everyone who's not as clever as everyone else, but guy was on Jeopardy, and not only did he not know anything, was bad at playing Jeopardy. Just kept buzzing in when he clearly did not know the answer. Which in Jeopardy, like you lose money when you do that, right? Like you don't. If you've never seen Jeopardy before, you're old as shit. You look like you've seen Jeopardy before. It's fucking hilarious. He really is dumb as shit. Anyway, so Pete Buttigieg agreed with a voter here. Said if the socialist Bernie Sanders wins the nomination, Trump will beat him. All polls say otherwise. And then he took a swipe at Bloomberg. Here's the money quote. Look, Senator Sanders speaks to a lot of ideals that we all share, but right now we've got to make sure we're drawing as many people as we can into our coalition, Buttigieg said. And if the message goes out that your only choices are you've either got to be for a revolution or you must be for the status quo, I don't think most of us see ourselves in that picture, end quote. A lot of our coalition, we see ourselves. I've been thinking about something a lot recently, and I was actually thinking about it more and more when I see these massive Bernie Sanders rallies. I'm starting to think that I'm not starting to think. I do think that the elite media class and politicians, they absolutely just the existence of those people themselves is like weird to them. Like the idea that politics or a campaign would be like a massive movement. Like when they see pictures of like fascist rallies in Nazi Germany, they see all those people, all those like regular looking people, and like that's the scary thing to them. Not the twisted things that they have in their heads, not the creepy uniforms, not the dictator that they're smiling and cheering. I really do think a large part of it is just like the existence of those people, like a lot of people together in a place, is scary to them. It's scary to them. Seeing all those regular people surrounding a candidate and cheering them and supporting them is frightening in and of itself. And Hillary Clinton did this too. This started like after Obama in 2008, basically, I'd say, or maybe 2012, after he got that election campaign out of the way, because he was a popular guy. His 12 rallies probably not as big as his 08 rallies, because of the historic nature of his campaign, but I still think they were quite large. And wait, I want to see this ad. Oh, whatever. Oh, Civics Listen. Great, thank you, CNN. Yeah, everyone go to CNN.com. Learn about the three branches of government. Can we have libertarians call into my stream? I don't have the ability to take calls right now. Perhaps one day was something we'll work on. I'd be happy to take calls. I would be happy to take calls. I'd also be happy to hang up on anyone I don't think's worth my time, or just like mock them and move on. Because there are some things and I don't necessarily feel are worth debating on my platform, which even though it's small is very important to me. But I'll work on that. I could pull up Discord, I guess, at some point in the future, although it's not installed on my computer right now, and get people on the stream. But in any case, I really think like Hillary Clinton would say the same things about Bernie Sanders, the massive rallies being specifically compared to Trump rallies, who also elicits, like, he can draw a crowd, for damn sure, right? It's just like Trump. Like, it's really weird how like fundamentally, a lot of these like shit libs miss the point of politics, right? Because like even something as simple as like getting more people to like you and support you is good in an election cycle, because like that's how you get power, is like you win the election. And they actually think like, no, you don't want to get too many people. Too many of the wrong kinds of people. If a neo-Nazi somewhere accidentally votes for Bernie Sanders, or votes for Bernie Sanders because they're confused, or votes for Bernie Sanders just because they want health care, like I don't have a problem with that. Nobody should have a problem with that. I feel like that's weird to say, but like that kind of thing does happen all the time. Like people who are racist and like actually don't agree with a huge amount of Bernie's views and plans will vote for him anyway, either based on like his identity as a white guy, or just like being an old he's not a woman and he's not a racial minority, thank goodness, or he's just like can't beat Trump or whatever. Or because, shit, yeah, I remember Bernie Sanders specifically, because they said they were going to do Medicare for all. Or they said they were going to do this, or they said they were going to do that. And like, even though I'm a neo-Nazi, I really need that because it's important in my life, because of who I am and my particular circumstances, so I'm going to vote for them. Like that is the point. It's not the ideas that voters hold in their heads that's important. What's important is what motivates them. That is what politics is about. What people organize around and to what end, and who those people are. But not just who they are and what they think. Because like racists of all kinds can still like forge an identity not based on racism, which is great, because like then their kids and their kids and their kids, I tend to think like these things they actually can be eradicated over time, not in the minds of a single person, but in the minds of generations. I too would like to take calls. Taking calls would be fun. Man, I had more viewers before. Suck. Very sad. I had over 20. Disconnected. Anyway. But that's basically it on Pete. Like, what a fucking asshole. Just buying into this idea that like being a socialist is gonna. Bernie Sanders is the nominee. Trump wins, said Nash, a former Republican who said he left the party days. These are the only people they fucking want to talk to. Former Republicans who are now considering voting for the Democratic nominee. Ridiculous. Anyway. So is this too? For this. I saw this. I know it's The Hill, which sucks ass and is terrible, and it's like a total joke of a publication. But I believe I found something interesting in here. Not a particularly good picture of any of them. Democrats are looking toward Wednesday night's debate in Nevada as their last opportunity to shift voters' views before Saturday's statewide caucuses. Yeah, that's more on that later. As I saw everybody saw last night, Elizabeth Warren told a crowd of culinary union members, when there's a mess, you call a woman to clean it up, which, like, just folksy gender essentialism for your vote. I know it's kind of lame, it doesn't really matter, but like that's the point. It's lame and it doesn't matter. Why the fuck are you saying this stuff? Like, you're so bad at this. You're coming off as both pandering and clumsy. Critically, the debate hosted by NBC News and MSNBC will also be the first clash in which former city former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is expected to participate. Very awesome, even though he's like not on the ballot in Nevada or in South Carolina. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. I love this line. The former mayor is not known for his charisma. I want to blog post about me one day. That's it. It's Chuck Todd MSNBC M. And I didn't save it, but I saw this really funny fucking article from Fox News that was basically a whole preview of like, is Chuck Todd going to suck a whole lot of ass this time again? In the past, he has sucked ass at debates. Here's a list of all the times he sucked ass. I don't know, it's a FoxNews.com article. So obviously, like, they're just fucking needling him because they're rivals, right? But it actually was like pretty funny and pretty honest, because Chuck Todd, like, he is a shitty debate moderator and he does suck a lot of ass. Oh man, so yeah, I'm thinking debate. My number one debate prediction tonight is that Chuck Todd sucks ass. One of the worst. Anyway, yeah, Bamone, the DNC's shifted the debate rules in a way that facilitates Bloomberg. We'll see if this really actually helps him, though. They may be trying to. I'm hoping everybody starts taking swings at him. The uncertainty over the state of the race. See, I love this line. I think this is one of the reasons I pulled it. Just that little line right there. The uncertainty over the state of the race. There's been 2 votes. We know who got the most votes in both contests. His name is Bernie Sanders. He's 2-0. The one candidate right behind him in delegate counts has no national infrastructure among his campaign. The 2 rivals he does have with national campaign infrastructures are cratering in the polls. And Amy Klobuchar had a slightly better than expected night in one of the whitest states in the union as a senator from Minnesota. The state of the race seems pretty certain to me. There is a clear front runner. Manufactured garbage. He's gonna look like Mr. Well, you say he's gonna look like Mr. Krabs out there. I think Mr. Krabs makes Bloomberg look like bad. That's what I think. Sorry, I have to manage. I've managed literally everything myself. This is a completely one-man operation. So every click, every video, every word, every piece of... Anyway. Klobuchar surge in New Hampshire. Blah, blah, blah. Undermine the potential power of debates. I don't think that that's true. I mean, she helped herself a little bit, but like I think a lot of her... It's more important that she was in a position to have the debate help her because of who she is and what her campaign is. Maybe we'll get clobbered. I don't know. I love the union at the end here. Yep, an incredibly powerful force. Took the unusual step of issuing a flyer last week that singled out criticism Sanders' Medicare for All healthcare proposal. And then they declined to endorse any other candidate, though, which is telling. In a couple ways. One, because there is no credible challenger for them to endorse that could plausibly beat Bernie Sanders. And also, I think, because they recognize that whoever they endorsed, if it wasn't Bernie Sanders, their members would be like, fuck off. Don't care. She does have a lot of media cheerleading behind her. And speaking of media cheerleading, I see we've reached yet another peak of why won't the press pay attention to Elizabeth Warren. I said months ago that her rise in the poll was her rise in the polls were due, that was due almost entirely to media boost. Which, granted, she did deserve some credit for herself, because you have to learn how to play the game a little bit, I guess. This is not something that I'm particularly good at. I've never run a campaign, and I'm not a very personable person. It takes me a great deal of effort to even pretend to be charming. But in any case, her poll numbers were being boosted by big media outlets who were writing pretty positive profiles of her. And she was giving them what they wanted, and they were giving her what she wanted, and all was good. And she was like, oh, here's somebody who's, the almost sinners, but not so old, not so male, and more palpable to the pragmatists and moderates of the party, surging in the polls. I said months ago that as soon as that support evaporated, she was going to start eating shit. And I didn't think it was going to sustain itself in the primary, but it certainly wasn't going to make it all the way to the general election. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as the press, they didn't even get particularly, exacting towards her in their questioning. They just started asking some basic stuff, and she could not effectively answer it because she took the bait, basically. Because the bait is that, you don't actually need to pay for every penny of Medicare for All, especially what they say it will cost, before the thing is passed. That's not how it works. That's not how we do funding for fucking anything in this country. We don't, you identify sources of money where the funding will come from. You identify the thing you want to do, you put them together. The difference is made up by a thing called debt, or if it costs less than you thought, or taxes are higher than you thought, you get a surplus. This is obvious math. I'm not even doing economics. This is just arithmetic. It's fucking stupid. Alright. I want to go on to a brain genius. A big brain genius. You know who it is, baby. A brain genius. Mega brain genius. Even this picture of him. Hang on a second. What the F? What the F? What is that? Okay, you know what? Autoplay videos, fuck off forever. What is this, though? Look at this guy. Man, it's not quality, not great, but what's wrong with your head? Weird chipped head. Look at, that's where all the brain is kept. Ah, that's what it is. Shit. He's so goddamn smart. There's so much brain in there. Alright, I get it now. My bad. Anyway, I want to check out what that big brain had to say. Because it was freaking awesome. F off. Did I lose it? Nah, here it is. Alright. Because I read this last night and I was like, you fucking moron. This is so fucking stupid. Alright, in the next week there will be 2 presidential debates. One Wednesday night in Las Vegas, the other week for today at Charleston, South Carolina. Those two together could well be, I could do this Chris Elizabeth voice, will be the best and maybe the last chance of all the 2020 Democrats that named Michael Bloomberg to step the rolling ball of momentum that is the former New York City mayor's presidential bid. Why? Because Bloomberg has already spent several $100 million on everything at all at once campaign. That includes massive investment in TV ads, blah, 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 blah. It's worth $62 billion? Jesus fucking Christ. If I had $1 billion, my full-time job would be giving it away until I got down to 1% of that. $10 million. Anyway. That should be concerning to every Democratic candidate, because even though Bloomberg wasn't on the ballot in Iowa or New Hampshire and won't be on the ballot in Nevada or South Carolina, he's propelled himself to the top tier national polling. You see, if you guys have seen Bloomberg Ads, right? You could find some. Nine seconds. We could watch this, like, I've watched this, like, Birdie Bros ad. I remember this. Alright, hang on. Love that music, first of all. Check that. Inception style, alright. Alright, hang on. I'm sorry, but I gotta show you guys something. Girls, gals, guys, I do, cause honestly, like, I have that same, fucking image already saved. I've already saved it. Before I even saw this ad. I am part of the problem. I can't believe that. I didn't notice that before. Alright, here we go. Bad things will happen. Bad things will happen if you don't vote for him. Going on lists. Yeah. Snaky. First of all, alright, I have one response to this, for real. Oh, the funeral bell chiming. Oh my God.
It is vitally important for those of us who hold different views
King shit.
to be able to engage
King shit.
in a civil discourse.
King shit. He's right. Really. Alright, the one response I have to those tweets, I saw one, there may have been more in there. I did see one tweet in there I want to stop and say no. Yang Gang. Do not go fuck yourself. Okay? Don't listen to that motherfucker. Come vote with us. Vote for Sanders. I'm not fucking kidding either. I actually think a lot of his supporters, like, they get that, like, something's really fucked up in this country and we need to do something, like, really different. And that a lot of the automation is replacing or making obsolete many jobs that used to be pretty well paying in this country. They don't exist anymore. They seem to recognize that, or subsets of it. I mean, I think that Yang Gang, come on over, for real. Like, damn. Anyway, I wanted to wrap up with this. If they want to slow down Bloomberg, here's what he says. We only have 10 days, he says, to stop Bloomberg. He doesn't say why. The best chance that all candidates have to do that will be when standing on stage next to Bloomberg. This is the moment when Sanders or Biden or Buttigieg or Senator Elizabeth Warren or Amy Klobuchar have to make voters say, I've seen those Bloomberg's ad, but he's not much up close. Bloomberg walks away from the next two debates relatively unscathed. It's very difficult to see how anyone in the race will be able to stop him. It isn't difficult he hasn't been on the ballot yet. Like, the polls can say one thing, but like a ballot, like an actual vote, is better than a poll. They'd better figure out his Achilles heel and fast. He is a walking Achilles heel. Like, the only reason he looks good at all right now is because he's already running basically general election campaign ads against Trump. And everybody looks good when they run against Trump. When they run against Trump and the Democratic Party. Because Trump is not very popular among Democrats. Like, this, in fact, he is loathed among Democrats. So you put yourself up against him, yes, positive impression. This is like baby stuff. But like, we're in a primary. He needs to run against other Democrats. He doesn't get to do that. Because even if he wants to, he'll be on the ballot up against somebody who's not named Trump. We've got people up to 30 again. Sorry, I dropped before. I really should have just put on the playlist. One, say it. Pretty sure this music won't. None of this music will get me dinged. What's up, Kibler? He only looks good because he has money in a very materialistic society. I think that's true for some people. Do people still really think that? Though I feel like billionaires more and more vilified, honestly. I really do. I think more and more they're viewed as you know, I was gonna say the word parasite, and that maybe seems like too harsh, but I kind of think that it's worth. All right, I saw some like gun girl stuff yesterday. Hell yeah. I gotta pull this shit out. Oh, this is awesome. Cause this is fun. I do want to make fun of her. Because the majority report's not here to do it. Alright, and there's one more after this. Alright, oops. So, yeah. So, Kaitlyn Bennet, she went to Ohio. I don't even know what. I read the write-ups on this, and I can tell you two things. One, she was not there to shit her own pants. Two, I have no idea what she was there to give a talk about. And I think that second part is as telling as the first, which, to remind you, was that she was not there to shit her pants, and I want to make that very clear to every single one of you watching this round. Kaitlyn Bennet did not show up to Ohio State University to shit her own pants. That is not why she showed up. She did not go there to shit her own pants. Anyone who tells you that she went to Ohio State University to shit her own pants is fucking with you. They're wrong. She did not shit her own pants at Ohio State University. She did not go there to shit her own pants. But also, she never bothers to tell you like what the fuck she wanted to talk to him about that was so important. She hinted it was about gun rights or whatever, which, okay, great. Like, either it tells the Second Amendment's important. I can't believe it. Amazing. Anyway. So, there were no... she calls it a riot. I want to make clear before you know, there were no arrests, no injuries of any kind, no property damage. The second clip, you will see some people throw empty paper cups and toilet paper. And that is the worst that she'll get. But let's honestly listen to this awesome fucking clip These awesome fucking patriots. Let's do it.
You don't understand it.
Suck it. Yeah. That's what you get. Yes.
They're still throwing stuff.
Well, you still suck. So they're yeah.
You need to back up.
Joel, shut your window, Joel. Joel, shut the window.
Okay, so she's trying to say I'm so scared. Yes.
Just letting this all happen.
The cop is letting. He told me, Justin. He told me he could not help me. There's nowhere for me to go.
The cops they ain't doing shit. They ain't doing shit. They're just standing there. They're not doing shit. They're just fucking telling you that you suck.
They're still throwing stuff.
No, they're barely. Where? Yeah. Okay. So it looks like they did maybe. There is maybe a little bit of liquid that came at them. Grant you, it looks like everyone's okay in the video from what I can tell. It does. It looks like everyone's okay. God, where's Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders hasn't condemned this even once. Did you know that? Alright, let's switch to this next one, huh? Just got her watermark on it, of course.
That's not hateful, is it?
This is clearly a compilation, though. Yes, fuck you. I concur.
You wouldn't know oppression if it hit you in the face! You don't understand oppression!
She got a little feisty one. I like her hair. It's blue hair.
Someone just poured hot coffee on me.
Oh, poor baby. Who's that? Look at the big old lurch looking motherfucker behind him. Behind her.
Alright, I'm coming back to
Okay, hang on though. First of all, that lady is cool, but my man working security here. You look a little low-key thick, man. You been doing security long? I'm sorry. Guy looks like he should be wearing a barrel as a piece of clothing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be this petty. I'm sorry.
this campus in a couple weeks.
He's huge, but he's not like swole.
They say they're tolerant
wave at
and
you.
loving.
No, I think they said fuck you and that you suck ass. Hey, buddy. Oh no! Oh no! Not again! They keep showing me that.
Still throwing stuff.
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hardcore.
You need to back up.
This
Joel,
is.
shut your window, Joel. These cops are watching this happen. There's another one.
They're watching it happen because you're in no danger. You dumbass.
Still throwing stuff.
She just keeps saying it. They're not even. She just keeps saying they're still throwing stuff. Every time she says it, nobody else seems to throw anything. Why aren't these cops arresting everyone who tells me to go fuck myself? Yeah, and let's go ahead and just give that a little like there. All right. Man, that's fucking fun. Oh, that was fun. Oh, that was fun. Can you imagine the level of self-delusion it takes to post something like that and think that it like makes you look good, right? To think that it reflects well on you, to think that like anything in that clip made anybody who wasn't already primed to hate Trump's opponents hate them? Of course not. I saw there was a little trouble. We can read this together because I haven't seen this yet, but I did see it earlier. Guess we can watch. Why not? YouTube's a visual medium.
Advisor to President Obama, whose new book is titled Untrumping America, a plan to make America a democracy
Oh,
again.
Dan.
Dan, congratulations on the book. Thanks, it's great to
What's
see you.
up? Watch this pot save, bro.
Well, what do you think about these ads where it truly does look as though, you know, Mike Bloomberg and Barack Obama are best buds?
Yeah, that is not how I remember it. I do remember that 2012
buds.
endorsement that came 5 days before the election and was, to say it was damning with faint praise would be generous, I think. Did they work together on issues? Absolutely. But the idea that I think these ads tell a story that is belied by the reality of that relationship, which I think
The reason they're working together is because Obama valued working with Republicans. He valued bipartisanship as an end and virtue in and of itself. That's why it worked with him. It worked with him because he's a right-winger.
it's somewhat complicated.
Well, do you think President Obama or people close to him have objected to the ads?
I don't know President Obama's reaction to it. I've heard from a lot of people who are from the larger Obama universe who are surprised by them, I think, and maybe a little frustrated, particularly since you can't turn on a television in most states in America without seeing them 100 times in a row.
Well, they've worked. I mean, the bet has worked.
Absolutely.
He's on the debate stage tomorrow night, and he's, 19% in the polls. Bernie Sanders, of course, is right now looking more like a prohibitive favorite at 31% if this proceeds.
Wow, only
Doesn't get derailed
one
like that, or is
smart
South Carolina
thing
on his way to Super
for her to
Tuesday.
say.
His fundraising machine is as good or better than it was in 2016. So what does the Democratic picture look like to you?
Well, I think you nailed it exactly right, which is as we sit here today, 2 weeks before Super Tuesday, Bernie Sanders is the prohibitive frontrunner for the Democratic nomination. Now, there are 4 big events between now and Super Tuesday. You have a debate tomorrow night. You have Nevada. You have another debate. You have South.
Because Bernie is the front runner, that really is freaking everyone out. The Republicans seem mostly not to be freaking out, or be freaking out the least. They're just basically yelling at him that he's socialist now. But all this whining about how mean his supporters are, and this weird lumping together of everyone who's not him as some sort of cohesive ideological force is actually not true. There's some differences between them, but even if it were like that, like I told everyone, that's not how regular people vote. I do mostly ask political campaigns to see politics that way, and I think that if you're interested in it and you're watching this show, you probably are into that kind of thing. But most of us don't vote that way, and there are plenty of Biden voters, Klobuchar voters, Warren voters, Yang Gang voters, whatever the fuck. There are some who will vote. They'll vote for Bernie. Anyway, let's listen to this fucking asshole some more.
Carolina. And so there are opportunities for either Sanders, a stumble, or another candidate to rise. This is, I think, Wednesday is going to be a huge test.
Oh, yeah, Sanders Stokes t-shirt. Post that shit on Twitter. Tag me.
Idea. He's basically known to vote millions of voters around the country as a progressive hero who's best buds with Barack Obama. He's going to be going from being an idea to a person with a record on stage on Wednesday night, and how he handles that will determine his ability to stay viable in this race, I think.
Now, I wanted to ask you about a couple of points you make in your book, which is really a roadmap.
Which she hasn't read,
could fight
by the
back.
way.
You point out that Democrats have to recognize that Donald Trump is not an aberration or an accident. There will be no Republican epiphany during or after Trump. The media won't save us. Bob Mueller didn't save us. A lot of Democrats, it seems to me, were waiting for Mueller, and then they're waiting for impeachment. And they were waiting while the president and his team was, working on this incredible social media campaign and their fundraising, and incumbency has huge advantages. So is it true that Democrats should not be kind of lulled into